Welcome back to AM 590, 99.7 on your FM dial and everywhere at newsradioklbj.com. Let's give them your business. It's brought to you by Pinballs. Pinballs with a Z, pinballs.com. It is day 2 of a strike involving port workers in Texas and, about a dozen other states, too. Truckers are warning that the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to get. John Esparza, he heads up the Texas Trucking Association.
You'll first start to see it with produce, some specific items such as bananas.
He calls the situation frustrating for their members who were left hanging. Even when the strike ends, he says there will be a little bit of a lag, if you will, and it could affect the holiday shopping, according to the Texas Truckers Association. Almost 40,000 dock workers, they went on strike, failing to negotiate a new contract for better pay and restrictions on automation. And the supply chains are already starting to feel the effects, as we hear from newsman Todd Pyro.
Container ships already seeing the effects of the strike, with 38 waiting at anchorages offshore. That, according to Everstream Analytics. For some context, there were just 3 offshore on Sunday. President Biden encouraging both sides to come back to the bargaining table, but negotiations are stalled. The International Longshoremen's Association is pushing for a 77% wage increase over 6 years, while the ports are offering a 50% pay hike. The strike effectively shuts down dozens of ports from Maine to Texas, blocking everything from food to car shipments, and it could cost the economy an estimated $4.5 billion per day.
Now, President Joe Biden says he will not invoke the Taft-Hartley Act to end the strike. It is 5:51. Let's get some reaction real quick at 512-836-0590. Nick is checking in on the Todd and Oz show. Nick, what do you think?
Hey, guys. This is my first time calling in. I've been listening for about 10 years since I moved to Austin.
All
and what I'm trying to figure out is there's, based off what I looked up last night, there's about 80,000 AIL longshoremen, 40,000 on strike, covering 46 ports. Well, just some averages and simple math, that's about 2,000 roughly at each port. Some are obviously larger than others. What I can't figure out is, why don't we just look at Texas? What do these guys, what do they need? What positions are these? Get some job descriptions. You have crane operators, you have laborers that are all looking for jobs. Why can't we just step up and break this thing in Texas? And, as a business owner, asking for over 25% of a pay increase is almost impossible to do. Going to 76 is just robbery, in my opinion.
Yeah. So you say hang up the help wanted sign and start the interview process and fill the jobs. Yeah.
I mean, that's where I'd like to understand what jobs there are. I mean, we have a ton of crane operators in Texas with the interest rates and the slowdown on multifamily development and some of the other construction that was happening. There's got to be jobs out there. People would fill these jobs, especially at the rates that these guys are getting paid.
No kidding.
$300,000 to operate a crane.
No kidding. Yeah. Nick, thanks for checking in, man. Yeah, good points. It is 5:53. We do have more of the story on our website at newsradioklbj.com. Also, in other news, the Texas power grid depends on fossil fuels to keep the lights on. And while there have been some advances in both wind and solar, some have wondered why the state of Texas does not invest more in nuclear energy. Commissioner Jimmy Glottley, he says he's with the Public Utility Commission and says it's slowly changing.
Accidents at 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, and Fukushima have effectively stopped the building of new nuclear plants globally, except in China, where they continue to build and build.
He says today's technology is smaller, cheaper, and safer. Texas has 2 nuclear sites currently. Lawmakers are looking to expand, as a way to shore up the state's power grid. Developers of a planned industrial complex in Bee Caves, they're being accused of a cover-up. The development has been controversial and has the city of Bee Cave and Lakeway both suing. It was built on Highway 71, the Serene Hills Drive area, and will include dozens of 18-wheelers and loading docks. And about update on the lawsuit, homebuilder Upright Homes has joined the cities, and they're claiming the developers staged a cover-up by submitting renderings to residents that misrepresented the size and the scope of the facility. B-Cave also claims the developer intentionally kept the city in the dark about the plans. And B-Cave and Lakeway both are hoping to halt the development completely in their lawsuit. New York's iconic charging bull might need to move over, and a red Pegasus appears to be set to take flight as a new global financial center. It's called the Texas Stock Exchange. Leadership team members, they flanked Governor Greg Abbott here in Austin this past Monday, announcing that they are firmly on their way to making the decades-long dream a reality of creating the Texas Stock Exchange. Here's Governor Greg Abbott.
Just makes sense. You know, Texas has the dominant economy in the United States, a far stronger, more powerful economy than New York. We have the financial infrastructure in place already. Texas has more workers in the financial sector than the state of New York has. One thing that's essential to a stock exchange is to have a robust data centers. Texas already has those data centers in place, and on top of that, we have the flexibility and the agility to add even more data centers to make our stock exchange even more powerful. As you pointed out, this starts out already well funded and having experienced leaders in place. All the pieces have come together, and with this stock exchange going at a rapid pace, it hopefully will get SEC clearance next year, begin trading later on next year, and then listing stocks the year after that.
The Texas Stock Exchange will be somewhere in the heart of Dallas. That, according to its websites, at its headquarters, they will call it the Texas Market Center. It is 5:55 here at KLBJ. Jump in at 512-836-0590. Stay close. Traffic, your forecast, and the day's big stories coming up.
The Todd and Oz Show.
Encouraging you to do the Texas thing and visit the Range in South Austin. 52,000 square feet of truly modern Texas fun. I love this place. It's bright, it's open, it's very inviting. With more than 7,000 square feet of retail. And sure, they got new guns. They even have used guns, collectible guns. And the staff there at the Range, well, they're eager to help you find anything that you're looking for. The holidays are just around the corner. It's a great time to stop by and maybe pick up a gift certificate or a beautiful gift for someone in your family. Yeah, they got all kinds of, various packages you can buy, too. Would you like to shoot a full automatic weapon? You could do that at the Range in South Austin. You and your friends can get together, and, of course, they'll have a range instructor at your side to make sure everything is safe. Yeah, you got to get to the Range in South Austin. And if you're looking for event space, maybe for a holiday party, that sort of thing, they got event space at the Range in South Austin. Located just off of I-35, 10 minutes south of downtown. Open to all 7 days a week. Find them online, too, therangeaustin.com. To do the Texas thing, maybe book a machine gun package, buy a membership, and learn more. Online, therangeaustin.com.